All right, David Thomas, I hate to be rude, but if you had one day to live, would you go play golf, that's your profession, or would you go to an LSU football game, or would you go duck hunting? What would you do? What's the perfect day in your life?
Well, it'd probably not be on the golf course unless I got to play with my father, my son, my grandfather. I'd probably start out the morning by going on a duck hunt, followed by a night LSU game. That'd be a heck of a day.
That's the perfect day?
That would be the perfect day.
Jeff Foxworthy once said, if you're a redneck if you're too drunk to fish. Now, do you drink when you go duck hunting?
I don't do that. There's when you have guns involved and boat motors and you're standing in water, no alcohol involved.
Atlanta Athletic Club, you won your major there.
Mm-hmm.
You're going back in 2011. What is that going to feel like for you?
Well, I hope they haven't DT-proofed the golf course. I know they've lengthened it and changed the greens, but no, it should be fun just to walk around the grounds, the clubhouse, the driving range. It'll certainly bring back some memories that I'm fond of.
You hit a famous 5-wood shot. You made a hole-in-one. Where is that 5-wood right now?
5-wood is in a glass case in my trophy room upstairs in my game room in my house. So
there's a story behind that, right? Didn't your wife present that as a present or something?
Yeah, she did. She presented it to me one year. She got it out of my bag in my garage and presented it to me for a Christmas present. It was very nice. It's interesting because it's a kind of a high-tech club. It's half graphite, half steel. Fairly new model, and it's in a case. You had it done to look like one of those old hickory shafts and everything, so it's kind of funny.
All right, now golf at age 44, what are the challenges for you at 44 that you didn't have at 24? How is the game different, more difficult, challenging?
You know, I think the game has changed a little bit toward the power game. You know, the big hitters seem to do pretty well every year, but at the same time, the biggest challenge is just how the body feels on a day-to-day basis. You know, wear and tear on the golf courses, walking around on your feet all day, hitting balls, practicing. Certainly don't feel like I did 10 years ago, but still feel like I can play well.
You take more Advil?
More Advil for sure.
Before and after?
I think it's a leave now. Don't they sponsor the tour?
Now, if you could have a PGA Tour players, your next door neighbors on both sides of your house, who would the guys be?
I probably wouldn't pick a tour player. You know, when I go home, I like to get away from it, to be quite honest with you. We used to live on a golf course. We moved back in the old part of town to get away from it. Now I've got a 13-year-old son who wants to be there all the time at the golf course. So,
but if you had to pick two tour players, who would you?
You know, we're really good friends with the. We enjoy being with the Sink family, with their boys, and my son have a great time. Sonia and Lisa have a good time. They would certainly be one of my neighbors. You know, I love DeMarco to death, but I couldn't live next to a gator. There's no way. So I'd probably pick probably pick a guy like Brian Bateman because he's an LSU Tiger, and we like to hunt and fish, and we'd have a good time.
You have scheduled your golf around LSU football games, right?
Yeah, why not?
Done that a long time?
Yeah, I mean, other guys might schedule their tournaments around their daughter's horse show, or you know what their kids are doing, and you know I do that as well. But you know, my family, we all like to go to LSU games, so my fall is definitely the first thing I look at is the football schedule, and then I take the golf schedule and see where I can work in some tournaments.
You are a very fortunate man. They don't play major championships in the fall.
Hey, you know, I'm like Tiger and Phil. I like to be done in September. So,
all right, David, thank you. It's always good to see you.